Bud Jablonski, a pool cleaner with an unexpected side hustle as a vampire hunter, takes down an older female and a teenage male vampire during what seems like a routine pool cleaning job. He collects their fangs, recognizing their significant value. Meanwhile, a lower-level criminal vampire named Sasha undergoes torture at the hands of Audrey San Fernando, a wealthy real estate magnate. Audrey, also a vampire, reveals her big plans for the Los Angeles area and its vampire population. The camera reveals her opulent status through a sign near a development project. Returning to his apartment, Bud's financial struggles come to light as he falls behind on rent. After a shower, he picks up his daughter Paige from school. Though still technically married to Jocelyn, they live separately. Bud treats Paige to frozen yogurt, returning home later than usual. Jocelyn discloses her plan to take Paige to her mother's in Florida. Heartbroken at the prospect of losing his daughter, Bud pleads for time until Monday, aiming to sell the harvested vampire fangs for around $10,000. This, he hopes, will cover Paige's braces and various expenses. Skeptical due to past lies, Jocelyn cautiously gives him a chance. In a bid to raise the necessary funds, Bud visits Troy, a dubious pawnshop owner. However, Troy offers only a fraction of the fang's potential value. Desperate and running out of time, Bud reaches out to his old friend Big John Elliott. As tensions rise in the vampire underworld, Audrey threatens her business partner, hinting at dire consequences if he backs out. Accompanied by her henchman Klaus, they visit the location where Bud eliminated the two vampires, revealing Audrey's personal connection to the elderly victim. Bud's quest for redemption leads him to the Union, a vampire hunting organization from which he was previously expelled. Despite facing resistance from the director, Ralph Seeger, Bud manages to secure a chance to work the day shift, a less lucrative but still vital opportunity. Descending to the financial department with Big John, Bud seeks payment for the vampire fangs. However, cashier Seth initially offers a substantial fee, but reduces it significantly, withholding numerous fees. Tasked by Seeger to partner with Bud and report code violations, Seth reluctantly agrees, aspiring to secure a promotion. Seth, displaying impressive theoretical knowledge about vampires, catches Bud's attention. Meanwhile, Audrey's intimidation tactics lead to deadly consequences for Troy, the pawnshop owner. On their first mission together, Seth, instructed to stay in the car, witnesses the gruesome reality of vampire slaughter. Disturbed, he wets himself and vomits outside the car. Bud, developing an unexpected sympathy for Seth, drives him home. Returning home, Bud encounters Heather, a new tenant in his building claiming to work as a nurse. Unbeknownst to Bud, Heather harbors her own secrets in this vampire-infested world. The next day, revelations unfold as Seth betrays Bud by reporting multiple code violations. Bud confronts Seth, and their alliance becomes strained. Discovering Troy dead in his pawn shop with extracted teeth, Bud discloses the urgency of his mission to support his family. On their next mission, Bud and Seth join forces with the Nazarene brothers, renowned hunters posing as stereo repairmen. They uncover a vampire nest and reveal the mysterious vampire sunscreen, allowing limited sun exposure. Seth's keen observation notes the unusual mix of vampire types living together, raising suspicions. Unease settles as Bud, concerned for Paige's safety, suggests she stay in after school. However, Jocelyn insists on Paige attending a birthday party, leading Bud to reluctantly comply. The tension escalates when Audrey threatens to kidnap Bud's family during the birthday party. In a frantic effort to protect Paige, Bud engages in a high-stakes car chase and a confrontation with Audrey's goons. Returning Paige home, Bud faces an ambush by Audrey and her goons. He reveals his secret to his wife and daughter, exposing the dangerous world he navigates as a vampire hunter. A violent encounter ensues, resulting in Seth being turned into a vampire. In a desperate move, Bud decapitates Seth. However, due to being turned by an uber vampire, Seth's condition remains unstable, and Bud's troubles persist. As Bud navigates his complex relationships, he turns to Heather, the confidant. Unexpectedly, Heather reveals her own ties to Audrey, adding a layer of betrayal to Bud's already complicated situation. Audrey's nefarious plans unfold as she takes Jocelyn and Paige to an underground temple lair. Simultaneously, Heather reveals Audrey's desire to flood the valley with vampires by acquiring properties throughout the area. Bud, Seth, and Heather embark on a mission to thwart Audrey's plans, facing off against her goons in an abandoned shopping mall. The stakes are high, and the trio battles to protect their loved ones. Bud and John infiltrate the underground compound, discovering a production facility for the mysterious vampire sunscreen. The intense confrontation reveals the extent of Audrey's operations and the challenges they must overcome. In a tragic turn, John sacrifices himself to save Bud, detonating an explosive and taking down their vampire enemies. As Bud presses on, Klaus confronts him, posing a formidable threat. Amidst the chaos, Paige takes matters into her own hands, stabbing Audrey through the heart with a wooden stake. However, Audrey proves resilient, snapping off the stake and overpowering both Jocelyn and Bud. The climactic battle unfolds as Heather and Seth join forces against Klaus, ultimately defeating him. Bud, armed with a wooden stake and a silver bullet, faces Audrey in a final showdown. In a twist of fate, Bud's wire trap decapitates Audrey, ending her reign of terror. As Audrey's severed head taunts Bud one last time, the battle concludes. In the aftermath, the group returns upstairs, where Seeger, distressed, contemplates expelling Bud permanently. Seth, unexpectedly defending Bud, refutes Seeger's claims. Despite Seeger's refusal to promote Seth, he embraces his role as a field man, committed to continuing the fight against vampires alongside Bud. Seeking a fresh start, Bud approaches Jocelyn, expressing his desire to reunite with their family. Jocelyn cautiously agrees, setting the condition for Bud to provide honest answers and refrain from deceit. A tender moment ensues as Jocelyn kisses Bud on the cheek. As the camera pans to the horizon, a seemingly defeated Big John emerges from a manhole, hinting at potential resurrection or transformation in this supernatural world.